Now, we teach children how to read, and of course, every child needs to know how to read and write. I'm not disputing that. But the children also need to be free to be children. I remember, for example, a number of games that we played that today we could talk about focus. We never used the word focus, but what we did was exactly learning how to be focused on an objective. This was baked into the cultural activity as a child growing up in the village. Simply, for example, you take a small catapult in your hand, you are going to shoot a bird far up on top of the tree. Now, you tell me if what you are doing is not focused. For you to be able to take the bird down, a small stone inside your catapult to take a bird down high up in the sky. How do you do that if you are not leveraging the power of focus? Now, how do you do that if you are not collaborating with your team? Because you need to work with people to get to the forest first and to know where the bird is, because if you make noise, the bird will fly away. You see, we are now already talking about collaboration, networking, focus, aiming. That is, all these things are already baked into the system. Now, the children that are born in 2023, my son is born here in Italy. He will never be able to have that kind of life. Now, we are living in a different kind of time. Are we able to design a system, a game that is going to meet the children where they are, so that they can be free to be children, yes, but they can still learn what they need to learn without taking them to maybe 1,000 years ago? So what I'm trying to say is it possible that the children can still play game? Because that is where we are today. We are living in the 21st century. Everything is fast. We know that. But can we design games that can appeal to the children and help them to love life? Instead of shooting, they are shooting people. They are just jumping down from the sky and falling down. Nobody have ever explained the psychology behind this. Help me with that.
I think so. I think you just came up with a new game idea. But yes, so exactly what you said with the shooting the bird in the tree, you could make that a virtual reality game and then put that concept in there and explain it in the game. So absolutely you can do that. And even though your child lives in Italy, you don't have that same environment. The thing is, with digital advances that we have now, you can create that environment and put it anywhere. So yes, we can absolutely do that. And what we have to do is just, again, it's just about coming together. So the conversation now needs to be, how do we make those things? So we need children's focus groups that say, okay, these are the kind of things that we're interested in. This is what we'd like to see. And then we can put those suicide prevention strategies and mental resiliency techniques into that type of platform for kids to use. So those are the things that we need. So that would be where you get the idea from. Then you need universities and gaming centers and counseling agencies and coders to come together and say, I'll volunteer 10 hours this year to help with gaming this scenario or this scene. We can do this by partnering together. And it's not saying that you have to give more than what you're able to. We started the counseling center with 10 counselors that volunteered to do 2 hours a month. And then we just grew from there. So we are showing that we can become a national and potentially global. I think technically we're global now with this podcast, but we can make a global solution, and it doesn't take billions of dollars to do it, but it does take thousands of people that want to give that 1 hour, that $1, that one whatever. And it doesn't have to be to where it's a crippling gift. You know, if every therapist in the country donated 1 hour, just 1 hour a month, what impact could we do? If every family, 1.3 million kids attempted suicide in the last 2 years. Well, that was 2 years from 2020 to 2022, that 2 years where COVID was going on. That was 1.3 million people. Imagine if every family that was impacted by that gave $1. That'd be $1.3 million in a day. And we could build the game and turn things around to save lives. So it doesn't take large strides. It takes lots of small strides. And I think that's the mindset that we have to make, because a lot of people say, oh, this problem is too big. I can't solve it. And I don't think that way. I don't think that I can't solve it. I think I can start the solution. I don't have to finish it, but I can start it. And the next person that has an expertise better than mine, I have to be able to say, hey, I welcome you in this mission, and let's do the next thing, the next phase. I don't think I can take this to forever. And if I did, I would be remiss to do that. I understand that I don't know everything, but I know that if the right person comes along and they have expertise in this area, then that's what we can do. We have to start looking at what you're saying with your culture, is that we have to look at the greater good and understand, if we have that guiding principle that our mission is to make safe and caring communities, and we use that as our guiding principle, then we can evaluate everything that we do against that standard. Will this game, will this app, will this mentoring program, will this